Well, a potential new director of women's football in Josh Lager. Get your cantu for this one. Welcome back, ladies and gents. It is me, Joe Kenja. It is Dale Parker on this lovely, lovely sunny day. Well, the clouds are covering me a little bit at the moment, like it's why I haven't got my snazzy Shania Hale sunshades on. But you know, we are here outside the cathedral on the hill. It's a lovely day for it, isn't it, mate?
It is indeed. Lovely day. Blue skies. What a perfect way to bring out a video for you guys.
Why, aye, man. And so, we'll get straight into the meat of it. Josh Lager, the potential new director of women's football. Now, when you try and find information on him, Dale, it's kind of difficult, isn't it?
It is. I couldn't find anything about him. But the good thing is about new directors, with this one, is it's kind of exciting because you don't know what he does. He does there. You just got to wait and find out what he does what he got planned for the lasses as well, and the back. Is he going to get more backroom staff in? Is he going to keep the manager? Is he want to replace manager? We don't know.
We'll have to see what goes on. Some things that I did find, which has been through the lovely people in the Newcastle United Women's Facebook group. He has been Hammarby's director of women's football. He's done a lot of movements for them. They've got a massive fan base that's very similar to Newcastle's, very boisterous, very loud, very dedicated. So he already knows what it's like and probably what it means to come to a club like Newcastle United, and hopefully he's going to make really big positive impacts. And it takes away a job from Sue Cummins, not in a bad way, but it takes something extra off her plate so she can focus on more pressing issues in the club as we continue to grow. Now, that said, obviously as we continue to grow, as things change, there's going to be changes in the squad. Is this squad ready to sustain being the primary word there? Is this squad ready to sustain the Women's Super League, say we're about to get promoted next season?
Yes, I would say yes. Yes, we can, but we're battling at the bottom half, but that's what you do in the first season. The first season, the most important thing is stay in the division. So I would say the first team, yes, that's a thing that can survive. But that's the best thing about it. If the first half of the season it's going all right, you need reinforcements. You got the winter transfer to go and get the players that you need to stay up. And obviously, unfortunately, with all this, you're going to have people that need to go to get the spaces. I think we can get there, and we're going to. Even if we do get there, we're going to have the best fans. No disrespect to all the others, but every time nothing beats Newcastle men's and women's.
We've set records all season when it comes to that, you know, setting a massive record attendance at St James's Park not so long ago against the Mackhams as well. 30,000+, nearly 40,000 filling the cathedral on the hill. It was beautiful, so we're all going to bring a great fan base. So for me personally, I think this squad can definitely get into the Super League, but I think at the current moment, the way it's fitted, I don't think we'll survive for a long time in the Super League. Shoot me down if you want. I think we've got the heart, we just haven't got the full skill yet. That said, I do think there's going to be some surprising changes. We already know Grace Donnelly's leaving. Grace, thank you so much for everything you've done for this club.
We love you. We love you, Flying Dolphin. Remember that.
Oh yes. We're seeing Rachel Furness potentially leave the club. Looks like she's not going to be playing at the very least. She could potentially end up being a coach for the club. We don't know yet. But we remember last season, seeing the likes of Naomi Bedeau, seeing the likes of Galloway, seeing the likes of Anna Soulsby leave the club, and it shocked a lot of people. Tyler Dodds, there was a lot of shock.
I was shocked by one. I went, what, Tyler Dodds?
Tyler Dodds, big shock. Still had years left in our things. She still could have performed a job for this season. Maybe we've missed her, maybe we haven't. We'll let you decide that. But who else, Dale? What other players do you think could be a shock to people? You know, we've got speculation about Katie Barker. We understand why with her lack of playing time this season. Yeah. However, is there going to be a couple more that people just aren't expecting? Who do you think could go, which will make people go, whoa, I'm not ready for that one?
I've got two. I've got Emma Kelly, I think, would be... Yeah, no, all these can go on there, but she's had the odd game, like starting, and then obviously sub appearances. But if you want to play football full time and you're not going to get the game, unfortunately, you're going to turn around and go, well, I need more playing time. If you're not going to give us the playing time, I'll have to go elsewhere. The other one is Liv Watt. I know she has been hit with injuries. She hasn't really been in the start lineup or even on the bench, which is kind of a concern to me, which is another one that I could be wrong. I hope I am, but Liv Watt could go as well. And then you got like the likes of Gibson, Betty Ferguson, Daisy Bird on loan. Are they going to come back, or are they going to fit into Betty's plans? Yeah. If not, or then if they're not going to get guaranteed games, are they just going to get sent out on loan again? but that's all right with Becky Ferguson and Daisy, as they're still young, so they can still there. But like Gibson, is she really going to be sitting on the bench all season again? So that's another one that could likely go.
I understand Liv Watt, but yeah, Emma Kelly one, that's shocked us a bit.
I'm sure it's down, guys. I could be wrong, but it could be right.
I'd say it's a bit of a shocking one, that, like, for me. I don't agree with Emma Kelly. Liv Watt, maybe, I hope not, because everyone knows how much I love Liv. I think she's an absolute class player, but we'll have to see. For me, I think one that's going to probably shock a lot of people. I think, and it's simply based on not on our ability, our performances this season, because I think she's had a great season. I think it's based on what you could potentially bring in, and that's Claudia Moan. Now, Claudia Moan, the reason why is there's a lot of good quality keepers out there on the same level as Claudia Moan right now in the women's game, who maybe haven't been getting game time, or maybe haven't had the position they want to do in the club, for whatever reasons. They could potentially come in, and Becky could see them as the number one spot. And I don't believe Claudia Moan is a keeper who stays about to sit in number two.
Yeah.
She's not. She would then demand, right, if I'm not going to be your number one goalkeeper, I want to go somewhere where I'm going to be the number one. And she would find a club very easily, I think, for that number one spot. Our resume speaks for itself. Resume, whoa, I must be still speaking like Jay in Atlanta. Our CV speaks for itself. Shout out to Jay. Let us know what you think about that. Claudia Moan, yes, no. Do we bring someone else in who fits a different position for her? So we've seen Matt Wallaby before as well, briefly. He had actually mentioned one which I get. We do see his point. But it's a one that I think a lot of people are going to be like, ooh, but I've heard people mention it as well. Charlotte Potts.
I know. I couldn't believe. I was like, what? Nah, Potty won't go. But I can understand where Matt's coming from. Like, obviously she's been injured, and then when she's back, she hasn't really featured yet again on the start lineup or the bench. But is that just Becky knowing Becky? She's got the defenders there, the equivalent backups. She doesn't need to risk Potty being back so quickly, so she can just give Charlotte Potts a half the season recovery to get back full fitness. But then, if you're not going to play Charlotte Potts, you can easily play out in midfield. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. So I would say Potty's staying, because even though she's not playing centre back, she'll play right back, she'll play left, she'll play anywhere on the pitch, even a goalkeeper, knowing Potty. But then going Potty and Amber in the middle. Now that is what. Because Charlotte's a workhorse. She will absolutely drive herself to the ground and all that there. She's like been there from the start.
I think it's what a lot of people have been saying the same about, like, they wouldn't want to see someone like Potty go. And I understand where Matt was coming from. It was looking at like game time. It was looking at its a position currently at the moment. It wasn't us, Bernie. It wasn't us. It wasn't us. It was Matt. It was Matt. No, but in fairness, he was saying with respect, obviously he wouldn't want to see Potty leave. None of us would. We would not want that at all. I do think she stays personally, but it would be one that if Potty left, it would upset a lot of people, and a lot of people would be very, very shocked. I, for one, would be. Matt would be. You would be. Lee, everyone would be very shocked at Potty leaving. But it's a one where you've got to look at our game time, and over recent years, one of the big things that's been a very big sign to a player getting released is them not having big game time. Yeah. Let's hope that's wrong. Let's hope all our predictions are wrong. I mean, guys, what do you think? Dale said Emma Kelly. I think that's his most shocking one. I've said Claudia Moan, and Matt said Charlotte Potts.
With Claudia Moan one, if the Newcastle are going to make sure they need to do first is bring another goalkeeper in.
Yeah.
Because obviously you've only got Claudia and Hannah, so you don't want to leave yourself hanging dry just with one goalkeeper. The only option you've got is you have to bring up a dev goalkeeper.
Which I think personally, but I think Ellen Valentine is the future for Newcastle United, and I think she is someone who is very potentially. She's got the ability to become one of the best English goalkeepers there is. She is a fantastic prospect. Her fitness is on another level. Her size, her stature, everything about her. She is a great, great candidate for future goalkeeping. And I think we will see her possibly feature at some point next season, whether it's just on the bench or not. We've seen her a couple of times on the bench over the past year or two. I think that's someone we'll see a lot more of. But yeah, look, it's been Dale Parker. It's been Joe Kenja. It's been the beautiful cathedral. Right, look, it's been Dale Parker, it's been Joe Kenja, it's been the lovely, lovely cathedral on the hill, and Jonas. Spider-Man once again, guys. Let us know what you think. Let us know. We're very interested to hear your opinions. But that said, we shall... Oh.
And who would you bring
Aye.
to the club as well?
That would be interesting, very interesting. I just want to see Naomi Badou back.
Yeah, Naomi Badou.
But yes, look, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Let me know what you think. Who do you think could come in? Who do you think could be a shock departure in the summer? But most importantly, because it helps us very, very much, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. And always remember, you can become a member for 99 pence a month. And you can get a lot of exclusive content. This has been a wonderful day. We are probably going to go and sit in a beer garden for the next 6 hours. Happy days.